morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning Mind the Moments gathering brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. This is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to speak with us about what mindfulness means to them and to discuss as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. I'm Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I'm so happy to be here as usual on Thursdays with Tara Healey, founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare's mindfulness program. Hello, Tara. Good morning.
Hello, Suzanne, and good morning, everyone. So happy you are joining this morning.
Yeah, so nice to have everyone here this morning. And as usual, we will start off with a question, and then Tara will share some words with us and just lead us in a guided practice. And after that, we'll have time for questions. So if you would like to go to the bottom of your screen and open up the chat, and there you have an opportunity to click the blue drop-down menu, click on everyone, and that will give you an opportunity to see the questions and comments coming in as they come in. And we are still in the midst of our Peak Mind Challenge, based on Amishi Jha's Peak Mind book that's become a bestseller. And we're so happy to still encourage folks to practice along with this challenge. So at noontime, we'll have a live webinar. 1 o'clock, we'll have a live webinar today, and I'll share the link for that. Actually, I'll share that now just so everybody has it, where Tara and John will be doing some practices to support some of the ideas and research that Amishi has put forward. So there is the link for the 1 o'clock session. And then also—
So Suzanne, just to clarify, they're on Wednesday, so that was yesterday.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, that's okay. I didn't want anybody joining today at 1. And
oopsie. Yeah, don't.
That's all right.
Today.
No, there've been so many events. It's challenging in a good way to keep them all straight, but yeah.
Thank you, Tara.
Yeah.
So today at noontime, there will be, if you go to the Point32 Health /Peak Mind Challenge, there will be a video that will be posted on the YouTube page at noontime.
Correct. Yes.
So you can go to that. And that's not a live session. That's something you can go to at any point after noontime today.
Yeah, and I would just add, we're creating a playlist. So it started Monday, but you didn't have to start Monday. That essentially the idea is that, for 4 weeks or 2 weeks, I think it is, there every day at noon there will be a video that is released, and all the information is on that website. So yeah.
All right. So many opportunities to support new or reinvigorated practice if that's what you're looking to do. So happy to have you join any of those that you're able to. All right. So what kind of question do we have this morning, Tara?
So the practice of mindfulness and mindfulness meditation is really in part, at least, about the cultivation of qualities of mind that are pro-social, that are skillful and, helpful. And the question that I have for you is, as we think about the world that we live in right now, what are some of the qualities and characteristics that we are most in need of now? And Suzanne, I'll start with you, and then I'll share a few of my thoughts about this. And as you're thinking and ideas come into your mind, go ahead and put those in the chat. So what does this world need more of? What are the qualities and characteristics that we need more of? Suzanne?
Yeah, as we were talking about this question this morning, the first thing that came to mind to me was that I think we can always use more open and vulnerable communication.
Mm-hmm.
Where folks are really willing to talk about things that are difficult to talk about, or things that are important to talk about, even if their views are different. So that's what comes to mind to me.
Yeah.
How about you, Tara?
Yeah, I know. I was it's interesting to explore this question. It's actually something I've thought a lot about. And I think less holding tightly to views and opinions, and the willingness to take in. So even if you have a view or an opinion on, it could be almost anything, the willingness to take in new information that could potentially sway that idea or opinion or belief. So less holding really tightly to an idea, opinion, or belief. Yeah. So let's see what's coming in.
Yeah, patience, respect, ability to listen.
Patience, tolerance, yeah. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people are mentioning patience, and I do agree. If we react to our circumstances too quickly, sometimes that doesn't give us an opportunity to really think deeply about what we're saying.
Yeah, no, I think it's true. And the practice of mindfulness really helps us see when we're reacting too quickly, so we can then do something about it. It helps us see the habit patterns, feel like provocation sooner, so that there is more space between the impulse and the actual action.
Yeah.
Which helps us align with our values for how we want to be on a day-to-day basis. And it also helps us see when we don't get it right. And we're human, and to be kind to ourselves and, try next time, to see that you've been provoked, and just work with the reactivity that arises, like feel it in the body, come out of the narrative, feel it in the body, know what the narrative in the head is, and then allow that action to then inform either, doing or saying nothing, or taking an action that is aligned.
Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness, yes.
And someone on that same subject, or in that same vein, having faith that the sun will rise again tomorrow, and we humans will have another chance to get it right.
Yes. Yeah.
Knowing that, we don't always get it right, but we can try again.
Yes. Yeah. Before we go into practice, I wanted to I noticed there was a question about where will the videos be, and will they be available? And they are going to be on our YouTube channel. So that's Living Well with Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. So the YouTube page, and also that's our Facebook page.
Yeah, so I think the question too is they will stay there.
They will stay there, yes.
It's not like they'll just be up for this month. They will stay there because.
Oh, and Janice just put the YouTube page up there. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And that would be great. We're so excited about the partnership with Amishi, and it's just a great way to recharge your practice, or if you have a regular practice, just to join in, because practicing alone is challenging, and knowing that there's a community of people that are doing the same thing, being with ourselves in this way it's not easy. Yeah. And the videos will always be available, so you could take up the challenge anytime.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead, and so we'll move into about 12 minutes, which is Amishi's formula. It's about 5 days a week, 12 minutes at a time, for 4 weeks is where she noticed difference. So take a posture that feels like it's going to be best for you. So standing or sitting, eyes open or closed, whatever feels best. And as always, begin with 2 deep breaths. Make the exhalation a little bit longer than the inhalation. And I do this as a way just to arrive and settle any surface tension. So go ahead and do that on your own. And bring awareness to the whole body. So either sitting or standing, and making adjustments and micro movements so that you're sitting in a way that's upright and engaged, yet at the same time relaxed, easeful to the degree that you can. With whole body awareness, see if you can soften the body just to the degree that you're able. And now expanding awareness beyond the body to the room that you're in and outside of the room, and receiving sound. Sound in the room or outside of the room. As you feel ready, bringing the awareness back inward, allowing sound to remain as it will. And then begin to notice the rhythm of your breath. You don't have to alter or change your breath, however your breathing is fine. So breathing in and breathing out. And where in the body is that sensation most notable? How do you feel it? And let your attention rest there. And let your awareness anchor to those sensations on the inhale and the exhale. Could be the belly or the chest or the nostrils, might be someplace else. And then finally, and alternately, if breath is challenging for you today, you could use something else, either a consistent sound in the background, or you could rest the palms of your hands on your thighs or on the table in front. And that, what that point of contact feels like, could be what you're using to anchor attention and return to every time the mind wanders. And noticing where the mind is, gently releasing thought, gradually returning to your anchor. Noticing where the mind is, gently releasing thought and returning to your anchor. And as we bring this meditation to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected, and our bodies healthy and strong. May the merit of our practice be for the benefit of all beings. And as you feel ready, if your eyes were closed, you can gradually open. And it's always helpful to just kind of reorient by looking around the space you're in, maybe stretching a little bit.
Thank you, Tara.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking of a question that came to mind during Amishi's presentation, and I was wondering if you had some feedback about it. As something that I had seen come up as a question about meditation. And with Amishi's research, about 12 minutes, 5 days a week for 4 weeks. I'm wondering, if someone has a day that they're completely just so distracted during their meditation, is that really, does that really count as a 12-minute practice? That's
Yeah, it does, and I think it's important because our minds are so busy in general. So it depends, but it's really seeing what's going on. So really seeing the distraction and the intensity of the distraction, and even labeling that, then that integrates it into your practice. Because it's not about having a calm, peaceful practice, right? We're really trying to get to know the nature of the mind, and with open, receptive kind of attention, awareness. And so a practice that is overly, really highly distracted, you can actually be with that in a number of ways. You can be distracted and not see it initially in this particular way, but then you see it, and in a sense, it's like the culprit has been seen. You can label it highly distracted, then start to feel it in your body. Get curious and open, receive. What does it feel like physically? What does this distraction feel like physically in the body? And that's the practice. Sort of relatedly, Suzanne, a question came into Amishi. I think it was yesterday. This person said, I get so mad at myself because I'm constantly going off my what I'm using to anchor. And she's like, I'm just frustrated. I'm mad at myself. How do I stop being so mad at myself? And the thing is that it's really changing your view of what should be happening in practice. Somehow this person thinks I shouldn't be leaving my anchor. I should be, solidly on that anchor. So it really requires a change in view. Like the idea, you're not going to be able to be solidly on that anchor. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's the nature of how the mind works. And it's not a problem. We see that the mind has wandered off. Thinking or specific planning or regretting, whatever has arisen, feel it in the body, soften the body, and return to the anchor you're using. So if it's breath sensation, you're right back on breath. And a thought might slip in again that goes unnoticed for a few minutes even. And then you notice, thinking, feel it in the body, soften the body. Always when a thought slips in, there's subtle contraction in the body. We don't usually feel it. So soften and then return. And that's it. That is actually the way to practice. That's the way all of us practice. Those who've been, I have thoughts. It's integrated in. I know that that's going to happen. This is not problematic. It's actually part of it. Yeah.
And like you said, the fact that whoever it is noticing that they've been lost, that's the key time where they're coming back and where they're training their brain to come back. So that's what's really helping the brain make changes.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is what the practice involves, is I think really understanding what it is. This is not about feeling peaceful and easeful. Like this mindfulness meditation is much broader than that. And those are byproducts of the practice. This is really this capacity to see clearly how things actually are, not how we wish they were or think they should be, to understand the nature of our mind, to see when we hold tightly to views and opinions. It's to really understand the nature of our minds and our own habit patterns and tendencies. So, and also I was going to say, if anybody has anything they want to add to this, or if anyone's doing Amishi's challenge and they want to just tell us how it's going or any thoughts they have, that's, we would welcome that.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, it's nice to have everyone here, and this is why it's such a benefit to have all these resources available to folks, because we're all continually learning about the mind. So
right, yeah, for sure.
It's better than coffee. I love that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Also, if you're doing the Amishi challenge, you can count this. We did 12 minutes, so this totally counts. Or you could do both. So that one of the things that Amishi talked about was how, a common question is, when am I going to start to notice any benefits, or are there benefits? What are the benefits? And the practice, the amount of time you practice and the benefits you receive are proportional. So if you practice a little bit, which is a good thing, you're going to start to notice a little bit of benefit. And that could show up in a whole variety of ways. Less frustrated in traffic, less frustrated with that person who provokes you. Less fear if you're anticipating something that you have to do, that you're able to actually manage that a little bit better. It's really, starts to show up in your life, which is what you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Well, we're happy to have everyone here this morning, and we'll be back on Tuesday. Zinat Potia will be with us. So we're
yeah.
to have her here.
Yeah, Alicia, thank you for that. Noticing changes, but hard to put into words. I think sometimes this practice defies language. So that's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And sound practice is so great. Thanks, Annie, for that.
Yeah.
And better than coffee, that's really good. Suzanne and I both love our coffee.
Yeah. Very true. All right. Well, thank you again. And nice to see everyone joining this morning, and we'll see you again on Tuesday.
Yes. Yeah.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.